So Neil, your thoughts on today's game?
Really pleased to get the 3 points in the end. Difficult afternoon, not only playing against good opposition, the conditions obviously, you don't really see the state of the pitch from the side, and it was really heavy before kick-off, and there was surface water, and obviously a gale force wind, not making it the easiest. So it was always going to be a game of two halves, but I'm really surprised in the way the game's mapped out, that with the conditions first half, we were unrecognisable really to what we've been since I took over, and obviously Newcastle I thought were excellent against the conditions, and second half, when I thought we'd have backs to the wall, and with the conditions against us, we were like far better than we've ever been, and far better than we were first half. So game of two halves, but the team that did well in the first half had the conditions against them, and the same in the second half. But just pleased to come through it, because, like I say, first half unrecognisable, never got near Newcastle, never laid a glove on them, and their shape and their system made it really difficult for us. And having said that, if we'd have done what I'd asked the boys to do before the game and moved the ball quickly and used the width where the grass was, it was always going to cut up down the middle. If we'd have moved the ball quickly and got Tilly and Levi Rowley into the game quicker and moved the ball quicker, I think we'd have caused them problems because of their shape. They were a narrow diamond, and we didn't do that, so hence their shape caused us problems. But second half, far better, got tighter to them. Won the physical battle, which I thought we didn't do first half, and played some good stuff. The goal to win it was worthy of a lot higher level football. I thought it was a fantastic goal.
Can you put your finger on maybe why the team weren't up to your standards in the first?
Well, the conditions, it was difficult. You could see standing water on the pitch, it's difficult for players to stand up. Having said that, Newcastle managed. I've just said to the boys, you're playing a team of 14th, 15th in the table who've got a chance of getting in the playoffs. So that they're coming here with that in mind. They put back-to-back wins together. They got a chance of getting in the playoffs still, and we're top of the league. So everybody's raising a game against us. I keep saying it week in, week out. Like a broken record. And we've got to be out the blocks quicker, especially at home, and on the front foot more often than not. We just wasn't today first half, and I think we sat back a little bit and tried to play, but when they got possession, they moved the ball quicker than us and more inventive than us. Whereas everything we did was either sideways or backwards, or we lumped it up to Ben and it just went straight through to the keeper or for a goal kick. And they were far more inventive than us. And I think second half, the goal, as you can see, we moved the ball quickly, used the width, used the 2v1 down the side, fantastic finish. And if we'd have done that first half, I think we'd have probably put the game to bed by half time, but we didn't.
Levi Rowley, his first start today, and he was impressive, I thought.
I thought he was excellent. I thought he was excellent. When you're playing that system, you need both wide players to give you energy. I thought Tilly played really well as well, and he could have scored with his penalty. And we've had although we were poor first half, we've had some good opportunities. The penalty and the shot that hits the bar and comes out and potentially went over the line. I don't know, but it happened for a second half, so that's what I'm pleased about. But in terms of Levi Rowley, width wise, superb. Got up and down, same as Tilly. Got up and down, give us width. And they put a right shift in, as did they all, they all put a shift in. And they had to second half because the conditions were difficult to play.
I thought Josh Connick had an immense game today.
Yeah, he did. He did.
But see him when he came off the pitch.
Well, yeah, there you go. That just tells you, doesn't it? He's covered in mud. He was overrun a little bit because they were playing a narrow diamond, and we want to use the width. So every time we gave possession away, especially first half, it was an overload of a 4v2 in the middle of the park. So it was difficult. So for 45 minutes, it looks like Josh and Macca are chasing shadows a little bit, but we got that right at half time, narrowed it up a little bit, and it was all about keeping the ball better and for longer, and we did that second half, hence the goal. But Josh was immense in there, Macca did well, and they put the shift in. The quality wasn't there for the first half. That's the thing, and if we move the ball quicker, we've got to move their shape around a little bit more, and we didn't do that. But I thought Winter came on and had a real impact, physical presence, real quality. Never gave the ball away. George came on and run his socks off to carry the ball through the thirds and into the corner for us to save us, save energy for some of the other lads. Give the defence and the midfield a bit of a breather. So I'm pleased with that. We've changed the shape second half, put subs on and they've all had an impact, which is pleasing.
You mentioned Ryan, then you brought him into the club yesterday. What sort of impact have you seen on him?
Well, I think you've seen, again, it strengthens us because Macca came off with a knock, and I think even if Macca hadn't come off with a knock, we were probably going to look to strengthen up that middle of the park, because I thought we were loose in there and they'd got the conditions in their favour and we were just being passed around a little bit. So we were probably going to bring another holding midfielder on. But getting Dykes in there gave us the opportunity to put Wince up there, so it's good options for us to be able to say to Dykes, you've done your bit up front, come and drop into the middle of the park and give us a physical presence in the middle of the park, set pieces in both boxes, and get Wince on. And you know, Wince is a natural forward. What does he give us? Physical presence, as you can see. He's gone away to Chase Down and scored a few goals, so he's in decent nick. Got 10 or 11 goals for them, and he's done his apprenticeship. He's gone out and played a bit of football at this level, and he's, you know, I never really wanted to lose him when he left, but he needed to go and experience it and play regular. He's done that, and when we made the approach, he couldn't wait to come back because he wants to be part of it. And I think it's going to be a good signing for us. I've seen today in half an hour that he's going to be a presence up front. Needs to add goals to that regular for us, and it gives me the option to drop Dykes back in the middle of the park.
Do you see a different player than in the summer, or do you think he's added something to his game over there?
No, well, when they came here a few weeks ago and he came on, you know, had his 15-20 minutes, you could see that he's put himself about a little bit more of a physical presence. He needs to use his strengths, which is pace, got good touch, but he's got a physical presence. You know, he's 15 stone of muscle, and he's got to start using that. And that was one of the reasons that he didn't play as regular as he should have first time round. So he's gone away, had a little spell at Mikulova, had a little spell at Chase Down, had an impact, scored some goals, and now we're pulling back in. It's I see a slightly different player. I see a player that believes in himself a little bit more and believes he can have an impact at the club. But I also see a player for a long-term future as well. You know, young, fit, local boy who wants to have an impact this season and win something, but also sees the bigger picture that he potentially could be playing a high level of football next year.
What does that mean for Marvin Robinson? Has he still got a role?
I hope so. You know, I've said to you all along, we need good bodies around us, good numbers, suspensions coming up, 1 or 2 knocks in the dressing room, and I'll never apologise to anybody for having too many players at the football club. You can't have too many. Problem is when you can't get 5 subs out, and that's never been the case here. We'll always have good bodies around us. Marv, had a good chat with Marv, had a couple of games at Stafford. Needs football, you know. At the moment we're starting with Dykes and Ben up top, and it's not doing Marvin any good sitting behind me waiting for a game. It doesn't get him any fitter. So at the moment, whilst we've got the partnership we've got and we've got youth and energy and legs in the side, Marv needs to be playing. So he's had a couple of games at Stafford, and I've agreed this morning that he goes and has 3 or 4, perhaps a month, 3 or 4 games at Sporting Calcer in the Alliance, just slightly higher than Stafford Town. They're challenging near the top, so there's more of a, you know, an incentive there for him, and then we'll assess it week to week. And unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. We need fit, able, ready players that can go in and have an impact rather than putting them in to get fit. And that's where we stand with it. I haven't released him, just said to him, go and have a blast for a month, and we'll see where we're at.
You mentioned a couple of knocks you picked up in the second half. Is there anything that looks too serious?
Don't think so. Macca and Josh, more kicks, and I don't think there's twists or damage, just kicks. And luckily we haven't got a game midweek, so we'll have a week to rest up, ready for Belper away. Yeah.
And Leon Miles came into the starting line today. Was that just rotation or
no?
JJ?
No, JJ has been ill all week. Hasn't trained. Had a yellow fever injection Monday or Tuesday, and had a real bad reaction to that. He's been quite ill. Late decision last night. Did a bit of gym work. Came through that. Felt he was okay, but I was never going to risk him if he hadn't trained. And there's a tiredness there. Then it was the right decision. Thought Leon Miles was excellent.
Right, that's great.
No worries. Thank you.